Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. I am Laura Lee, the owner of Mumsy Makes Crochet, and today we're going to be making this beautiful blanket. So because of these little bauble things, or the little bobbles, they kind of look like posies to me, so I'm going to be calling this one the Precious Posies blanket. And this is what the back of the blanket looks like, so you can see there's a difference from the back to the front. The front has more of a little bobble to it, whereas the back is mostly flat. So we're going to need a 4mm hook, just like this. I'm not going to be using this one because I'm not a big fan of it. However, I will be using my tulip hook, but the 4mm part of it has rubbed off because I've used it so much. So we're also going to need 3 different colour yarns, so 1, 2 and 3. You can use just one if you want to, or just 2, it's completely up to you, but they're going to need to be double knit. So I'm using Wendys Supreme double knit in cream, as well as the one in rose and in raspberry. So the darker shade is in raspberry, and I will link them all down below for you. So to start off, we're going to grab our cream yarn and we're going to make a slip knot, pop our hook in, and then we're going to chain up a multiple of 4 plus 4. So you want to chain up a multiple of 4 and then at the end chain an extra 4 so that we have our turning chain. If you want to make a baby blanket or any of the others, I will pop that on the screen now for you so you know how many to chain, and let you continue doing that while I just continue doing this, and I'll meet you when you're finished. So once you've chained everything that you need to chain and you've got the blanket the size you want it to be, you're then going to work into the 4th chain from the hook and put a double crochet into there. So we're going to count across 4, work into that 4th chain and put a double crochet. Just like so. And then you're going to continue that all the way down, so you're going to put 1 double crochet into each chain all the way down to the end of the row. So for our double crochet, we yarn over, go into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. So I'll meet you at the end of this chain. So once you're at the end, you've got 1 double crochet into each chain across. You're then going to chain up 1 and turn your work. And the chain 1 does not count as a stitch, so we're going to put 1 single crochet into the same space and then 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way across. So for our single crochet, what you're going to do is go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2. And of course, if you need to pause the video anytime, please do. Of course, if you want to slow it down, I will leave instructions on how to do that in the description box below for you. So continue making those single crochets in each stitch all the way across, and I will meet you at the other end. Once you get to the other end, please do not forget to put a single crochet in the top of that chain because we don't want to miss any stitches. So I'm just going to complete that. And then once we have these 2 rows done, we're going to fasten off with the cream and we're going to attach the darker colour. So to attach the darker colour, I'm just going to make a slip knot and I'm going to slip stitch that on where I fastened off. So we go into the last stitch that we made, and then we're going to bring the yarn over our hook and pull through the loop on our hook. Then we are going to chain 3 and we're going to turn our work, and that chain 3 there counts as our first stitch. So I'm going to work over those tail ends and we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Just like so. So that's 2 double crochets. Then we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and then we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 2. So skip 2, then 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, and then 1 into the next. And you're going to repeat that all the way down. So we're going to chain 2, then we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and then work 2 double crochets into the next 2. 1 and 2. So repeat that all the way down. Chain 2, skip 2, 2 double crochets. Chain 2, skip 2, 2 double crochets. and I'll meet you at the other end. Once you get to the end of the row, we're going to continue with that pattern, so skip 2 and put 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches, and that will be the end of the row. So for row 4, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work in the same colour. We're going to put 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches, as the chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So just into the top of those double crochets. Then we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. We're going to skip the chain and we're going to work a single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So we're going to chain where the chain is, and we're going to put a single crochet into the tops of the double crochets. So just like so, and you're going to repeat that all the way down. So then we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, skip the chain, into the next 2 double crochets with 1 single crochet each. So 1 single crochet, then 1 single crochet, and chain 2. It's as simple as that, so I'll meet you at the end of this row. Now we're at the end of the row, so I'm just going to continue doing the same. We're going to chain 2, then work 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. So it'll be the top of that chain 3 that we're working into for the last stitch. Just here. Then we're going to chain 1 and fasten off, and we're going to attach our next colour. I'm going to attach my next colour just like I did before. I've made a slip knot, slipped it onto my hook, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the last stitch that we made, just like so. Then I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. So the chain 1 does not count as a stitch, and I'm going to be working over those tail ends so that they're nice and weaved in, rather than having to weave in lots of tail ends at the end. So I'm going to put 1 single crochet into the same space as the chain 1, just like so. Then I'm going to put 1 single crochet into the next stitch, then we're going to be working over the chains and we're going to be working into the skipped stitches. So I'm going to be coming down to here, and we're going to be making basically spike stitches, which is a single crochet into there, into that skip stitch, yarn over, pull it up, and we're going to pull it up to the same height as the row that we're at. So we're going to give it a good tug, make sure it's nice and loose, and then we're going to complete that single crochet. And we're going to do that the same in the next skip stitch as well. So we're going to go in, we're going to yarn over, and we're going to give it a good wiggle, bring it all the way up so that it's the same height as the row that we're currently on, and then we're going to complete the single crochet, just like so. Then in the next 2, we're going to put a single crochet into each. Oh, there we go, get rid of the fluff. 1 and 2. And then we're going to repeat the spike stitches in the skip stitches again. So we're going to go into the next, yarn over, pull up that loop, bring it all the way up to the same height as the row that we're currently on, and then complete the single crochet. And repeat that again into the next skip stitch. So go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up, and wiggle up to the top, yarn over through 2. Then 2 single crochets, and then 2 spike stitches, and repeat that all the way to the end, and I will meet you there. So when you get to the other end, you should have just 2 single crochets left to complete. And I'm just going to complete those now. So 1 and then 2. Then we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work, and we're going to put 1 single crochet into each stitch across. So the chain 1 does not count as a stitch, and we're just going to put a single crochet into each stitch all the way across. So complete that and I will meet you at the other end. So I'm just about to finish the row with my last single crochet here, and then after I've done this I'm going to chain one and fasten off. So far this is what we've got. So this is the back of our work, and it's nice and flat. It looks pretty this way as well. I love how it looks from the back as well as the front, but of course I like the front being the little bobbles that poke out so they look more like posies. So this bit here, I absolutely love this pattern. It's so simple to do and it's only 6 row repeat, so you're going to continue working these rows over and over again until you get to the size that you'd want. So for the next 2 rows it will be cream. For the next 2 rows you'll be using raspberry, for the next 2 rows after that you'll be using the rose, and you'll just keep repeating those over and over again. So if you want the written pattern, I'll pop that down below in the description box for you. I'll also let you know on the screen right now how many rows to complete. So if you've liked this tutorial guys, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that lovely good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.